Hi, it's Chris again with C&H Auto Accessories, coming from our newest location, 1443 Banks Road. That's right, we moved 3 doors down, a little bigger facility, easier for us to work on your vehicle. So that being said, but before we get started, if you have questions, that is our telephone number there. Now, feel free to ask us online. I know in the past I said don't, but I actually been able to get to some of those now. Also, if you're curious about pricing and all that stuff, I'll put a link of this product at the bottom of this YouTube video. You click on the link, it'll take you to the website. I'll show you all the specs on it, how much it is, warranty, all that things, but we'll talk about that in the video. So come on over here. By the way, as we're walking over to the truck, take the time, hit the like button, get that out of the way. Don't wait to the end of the video, do it now. So now here's the Chevy Colorado here. It's a 2020, and we put on here the Undercover Armor Flex. It's a real truck product, and we're an authorized real truck dealer here. And because we are an authorized dealer, there's some cool things we're able to do for you at no additional charge. So before we get into that, let's go over some specs. First of all, this is a cover that is Line-X on top, and it is a 4-layer cover. It's got one piece of metal, reinforcement, another piece of metal, and then a Line-X on top of that. Why is that better? Well, it is good for strength. It has a 400-pound weight capacity. Also, having 4 layers, the heat doesn't go through the metal like a single piece, like a lot of single piece metal. The heat goes right through into the bed. Having 4 layers helps with that as well. Plus, it looks really good with the Line-X, and it protects the metal from getting scratches, so it's more scratch resistant. Now, this is a flush mount, so it sits in the bed here, and as you can see, it's nice and low profile, super clean. I know a lot of those bulky ones sit on top and look like you put a big brick on the back, or you're driving around with a mattress in the back, but it's actually your cover. This here, not that problem. All matte finish here, super good looking here. Let's go ahead and open this thing up. Luckily, I got the key. There we go. Right again. There we go. One more time. Okay. So this cover does have a driver's side and passenger side release mechanism. Why is that good? Well, let's say you pull over to the side of the road and you got all the traffic on the driver's side. You might want to swing over to the passenger side since it is safer. Now, if you look over here, there's a dual seal here instead of a single. The reason they do that, it keeps more water out because it form fits the tailgate better. Also, speaking of water, this does have a drainage system. So if the water gets past the seal on the cover, instead of going in the bed, it's going to catch it here and it'll drain it out. And we'll see where that goes. Now, speaking of water, I'm going to take a few seconds on this and make sure everyone understands. None of these covers, I don't care how much money you spend, and people think the more you spend, the more watertight it is. It's not that way. These are not watertight submarines. These are covers. They're designed to keep the bulk of the water out. They're considered weather resistant, water resistant, but they're not considered waterproof. And I mean, some are better than others, and I'll kind of, if you come in here, I can go over some of them. This one's actually pretty good because it has a drainage system and a nice seal here and a nice seal here. So they do quite a few things to help keep water out, and that's good to know. Usually, the only time I get called about water is like about a week ago, we had a storm. It was like a mini hurricane. And then people start calling, hey, I got water in the bed. Did you see water before? No. It's because when you get a really bad storm, that water is going very fast, kind of like a car wash. It's like high pressure water, and it will find its way in there through the smallest little cracks. So, but little waters are okay. Big water is not okay. Now let's go back to the cover here. Now you can drive like this. If you look over here, and you got a little locking mechanism, and what's nice about this, you just kind of put it in and snug it up. There's 2 of these. Now for the video, I'm only doing 1. This will basically keep this cover from closing while you're on the highway. Driving around town, not so much, but basically, if you're on the highway, you got to secure this. If not, you're 70 miles an hour, this one will close and make a lot of noise and scary and stuff. Now, another thing I like about the Armor Flex, besides all the other things I mentioned, this is a 3-fold cover. Now, a lot of times people hear Trifold covers, they automatically assume it folds 3 times. Trifold is referring to how many panels it is. It doesn't refer to how it opens and closes. So this is a true 3-fold. So you come all the way up here. I'm going to lock it in place. Now, if you notice, I'm only locking one side. I'm not locking both sides. You got to lock both here on the highway. For the video, I'm only doing one side. When this is up, this does act as a headache rack. Now, if you're not familiar with that term, if you have this up, that means you have big things in here. So if you're driving along, someone cuts you off, all this stuff comes flying forward. It will hit this and not your rear window. So this is going to hold up really well. So it protects you, gives you full access to the bed. If you look here, you got plenty of room in the bed. You can also see what the drainage system went in there as well. And that's really nice because we're using the existing holes. We did not make new holes for you. A lot of my favorite companies don't, they put holes in the bed already. Now he must have had something in here earlier that we didn't do, but either or, it's easy to go from up here. Now to take this off, you push this down, locks in here. You don't need to slam it, just close it normal. When you get to the end here, usually what I'll do is I'll make sure I put one hand on each side, make sure it's locked in place really good. Again, if you like this, we can order this. We can ship it anywhere in the country, or you can come here to the store and let us install it for you. Again, I'm Chris with C&H Auto Accessories, and this is a review of the Undercover Armor Flex on a Chevy Colorado. And don't forget, hit that like and subscribe button. Thank you.